Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of my hardcore Minecraft series. So, on the last episode, we were doing the villagers, so just a quick little recap of what I've been up to in between episodes. Alright, so what I did in between episodes, I made a quick pumpkin farm, just a little automatic so we can run in the background, get me some pumpkins, not only for my iron golems, but I can also trade for a couple emeralds with the farmer villager. I then went on a little bit of exploring. I came across another village out here and then I also made my way towards a pale oak forest. So I got some saplings from that. And then my final destination, which was the goal of this whole journey, was to find a jungle. But not any jungle, a bamboo forest jungle. Because I'll be doing a lot of building pretty soon, I want to have some scaffolding so I can do some easy pillaring and do all that kind of building stuff. So let's go to a bit of footage I recorded whilst on this journey. Alright, whilst doing a little bit of exploring here, I've come across a pale oak garden. I think that's what it's called at least. So I'm going to collect at least one of these trees so I can bring it back. Take note of the cords so that if I ever need to come back here for like I think the creaking is in this forest, but it's just good to know that I have one. It's a little further away, about 1,000 blocks or so from my spawn, but it's better than not knowing where one is. There might be one slightly closer, but I'll take this for now. Grab up all this wood, wait for a quick sapling, and then I'll continue on my journey. Alright, and just beyond the Pale Oak Forest is actually what I came looking for this journey. A jungle, but not any jungle, a bamboo one. Because I'm going to be doing a lot of large builds later on, and pretty soon actually, maybe even in this episode, I need some bamboo for all the scaffolding. So I'm going to grab up a bunch, a couple stacks worth, and then start growing it back at base, just so I have a steady supply of it, so that I can make scaffolding if I need to make large builds and things like that. So let's do that, and make some room in my pack here. I guess I can get rid of this dirt, and just get a couple stems of this. Alright, so I think we're basically home. I just sailing by. I think, yep, there's our home base spawn. But I just saw this shipwreck off in the distance, so I'm just gonna check this out. I think I saw this in the very first episode when I was doing my exploring, but I thought, maybe because it wasn't fully loaded in, that it was just some stone. Because back there, if you saw the left side of the screen, ooh, and I got a mushroom island over there. Okay, this has been quite the adventure. Lots of things to gain. But I probably thought this was just a bit of stone sticking out of the ground. So let's head down and see what we can loot from here. Templates, coal, useful. Let's swim back up, get more air. Don't think I'm gonna need this. Yeah, no, that's not too good. But I got getting lots of things, so I'll put those into there. Let's dive back down, see the second chest. Already lost my... Oh, there we go. Okay, so we'll go in here. Buried treasure map. Okay, so hopefully that's the right one. Because in the last time I grabbed one of these, I think it was the first episode, I grabbed one and I thought it was just... And, well, I thought it was a treasure map, but it was just a regular map. So let's see. No, okay, that's weird. So it says buried treasure map, but it's not actually a treasure map, it's just a regular map. As I saw in the first episode, someone mentioned that it should have like writing on it if it's like an actual treasure map, but I guess this one isn't. Alright, let's get back to base and assess what we got. Alright, now that we're back at our kind of starting village for all the villagers, we've got our two villagers here. An iron golem made its way in by accident. I forgot to kind of remove the edge of grass around here, so he kind of just walked on in. Not too worried about that. But I've just been slowly gathering more and more villagers. I let a couple out, but we got a couple. It just looks like one down here. I've got a couple that have slowly made their way into the house, and I've started using them for trades. So up here on the first floor, I got a Fletcher and a farmer just to gain a couple emeralds as I go. As you can see, I've done quite a few of the emeralds with sticks. And then as you can see here, we got a staircase down to the basement where I've started getting specific trades for my books. So I got my mending trade, so got really lucky with that one. This one I was just using for the paper, but I've got a silk touch and then a flame for my bow. So not the best, but I was using more of him just to get more emeralds. As you can see here, I've started that. So I got my silk touch, got my efficiency 4 from way before when I had my original librarian, but he died in transport, so no longer have him. I've slowly moved in a couple beds up here, so we got 5 here, just so we can start getting them over here. Because originally I was just letting the villagers wander out. I built a staircase out of the exit here, and they were just slowly inhabiting this. I've got a couple more houses, got one over here, and got a bench because this is not a huge biome, but it's good enough for a village on its own. I'm slowly working on a build that will go over here where this village is, so I'm going to have to tear this village down, and that's going to be my kind of monument museum. So there'll be a video, either it's already come out, I don't know, depending on when this video is coming out, because I'm recording this, and I think episode 2 just came out recently. I just released that recently, so yeah, you can see how kind of far behind I am on episodes. But that'll be coming out on a standalone video where I kind of show you where I designed the whole monument museum. So that'll be a big video coming on, kind of standalone video, not attached to the book to block or the hardcore series, but eventually I will be building it. Kind of like a little sneak peek of it is it's going to take lots and lots of blocks. I did a little count on it because I'm building it in Creative first, just so it'll be easier than bring it over Litematica and then build the schematic in the world. One thing I know, I'm going to have to destroy an entire desert. It's going to cost a lot of sand, and I don't know if there's a better way without duping sand to get it that much sand. But as you can see here on my tools, I've put mending onto both my pickaxe and my shovel because as you can see, my shovel is only, that's what, like 10% durability left. So I'm going to need to get some XP soon. So I got 2 options. Either I head into the nether and just mine a bunch of quartz, which is a bit dangerous, or I build a kind of XP farm. Thing is, that might not be the best idea in the overworld right now because eventually when I get to the end, I'll be building the basic Enderman XP farm, and that'll kind of just dwarf this one completely, and there'll be kind of no point in building this one. It'll be quickly outdated since I've already done my nether episode, and the end episode I think will be coming fairly soon because I did want to kind of stretch it out, this whole series, but I don't want to kind of just stall and build everything up so I'm like max diamond level before I even go there. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get one of these villagers. I want the armor one. I think on my journey I came across a couple villages. I got a couple blast furnaces. Now I'm not exactly sure if this is the right one for that kind of villager trade for the diamond armor you get eventually when you fully upgrade it. I got this one villager over here that I'm actually just gonna steal out of this ground here. Oh, I got 2. So if I bring these guys over, maybe I can drag them over. Yep, here we go. Alright, as they go, and then destroy this one. He'll come over to this guy. And just slowly leapfrog them over. So it looks like these guys don't really want to come over. Okay, here we go. And then just bring them over. Got a bed in here. Do I have any others? Just so I can make this their house as well. I'll stack up a couple more beds in here. Yeah, there we go. So now we can have more villagers consider this their home, hopefully. So it looks like I'm going to have to do a lot of trading for these guys to get them to the max level where it will be possible for them to be the armorers. So for now, I'm just going to place these 2 in here. Hopefully that, yep, here we go. So they're making their way in now. They've got their eyes locked on those blast furnaces. Yep, so we got our armorers. So they're wanting only emeralds for the gear. So I'm going to have to farm a bunch of emeralds, get these guys leveled up, and then get all my diamond tools. Because I've got a decent set of tools here and a nice chest plate that can be easily upgraded once I get more levels and stuff like that, because I brought my anvil over here so I can easily slap on trades after I get them. But I think I'm going to do a little bit of trading and see if I can get these guys to start giving me my diamond gear so I don't have to waste the few diamonds I have left on making armor. Alright, so I was getting a little bit ahead of myself when I'm saying getting the end kind of master leveled armor, because I don't really have enough emeralds right now. So what I've started to do is I started a little bit of an emerald farm. So I'm starting to get it ready. So I saw this one online where it's you get a level, I think it's level 3 librarian, and he trades you emeralds for glass. You turn that glass into panes, and then you trade the cartographer planes for more emeralds. And it's a faster way of doing it. I've already got my zombie down here, already named as you can see, so I can cure them and get the better trades. But I'm slowly needing more sugarcane, so I set up a quick little auto sugarcane farm here. It looks like I need to put these blocks back so that it does not kind of get stuck there. So I'll grab a bit more dirt here. And let's pull these up. So far I've only gotten 5. So I'm going to, whilst instead of just AFKing and leaving this here, whilst I have these 2 little farms running, getting emeralds, because I'm going to use the paper to get emeralds as well as leveling up those 2 guys, I'm going to build another house. So we need another one because this one's getting a little cramped. We've got like 7 villagers in here, so much so that it spawned an iron golem inside, which is helpful because these guys don't always close the doors, so he'll be able to protect if any zombies try to make their way in. So I've gathered a bunch of the cherry wood here. I'm just getting the last of it for these stairs. And that should be everything that I need. I'll need a couple more like slabs, trapdoors, and stuff like that, but I can grab those quickly. This is the bulk of the build. So let's get it right in here. It's just going to go directly across, kind of in this area here. So I'll clear out the area, flatten it up a little bit, and then I'll start building that so we have some time to gather the sugarcane in the auto farm whilst I'm building. So let's get to that now. Alright, and here we are. So we got our second house done. Missing the inside, so if I were to come on inside, we don't have the interiors done yet, so we got level 1, 2, and then 3. And then we got our back door I've got to work on. And since the train's a little bit different from where I built it in Book to Block, I'm going to have to make a little staircase to get to the back door. But that's another build done, so let's go on check our farm, see how they've done. So we're at 13. Is that an Enderman? Oh, okay, we got an Enderman in the farm. Not sure if that's gonna do anything, but I'm going to remove him from here. Looks like I got an ender pearl out of that. And alright, so we're at 13 right now. I'll keep this grass block, that'll be useful until I get Silk Touch. But 13, and then let's check over here, 11. Alright, so this is very slow. I might expand it just so I can speed up that process, but now that we've got another building in this area, we can start connecting everything. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear out the area for now. My shovel has seen better days. I'm going to need to repair that up. But I also got a new axe, so I built a new one and then enchanted it and combined it for, it got efficiency. Now I'm at efficiency 4 and a little bit of fortune. Let's see what this guy's got to trade. Wheat. And I blossom. Alright, I don't know if that's rare, so I'm gonna grab a couple at least. Got my 5 emeralds. We got Nautilus shell. Looks like I'm just gonna make 5 of those. Oh, I should have opened that up. But let's grab these leads. just remove him. Alright, so I got a couple more leads, bit of leather, some new flowers. These are the cool ones that open and close during the day, so I'll put those away. Alright, so we got our first floor, a couple beds set in there, second floor, and then third floor. So I got this kind of pole holding up this spiral staircase here. So we can start having these extra villagers kind of move into this house instead. Because right now we have 3 at least here. I'm gonna grab another bed, so it'll be 5 in this one and then at least 3 in the other one. Plus we have all those ones in the basement that are kind of just locked in for being kind of super trades instead of just the general villagers. So I'll toss these in here. So we'll have our bedroom in the second floor for this one. Alright, so he's gonna level up now. Alright, and that's the one we want, so the glass panes. Savannah Village map, okay, that might be interesting to try later on. But now we have to put all of ours into this guy, get him to level 3. So not apprentice, I don't know if it's expert. What are you? You're also an apprentice. So I'm going to have to level him up to level 3 and then hope we get the trade that is emeralds to glass blocks, turn those blocks into panes, and then get emeralds. It's about a double, especially since I'll be doing the zombie and curing. And that's why I have this bit of sugar over here, so I can do my fermented spider eye, so I can get the potions. Don't have any spider's eyes here, but I think I do at the back in the main base. But I think it'll just be a little bit of AFK and get that, and then after we finish this, that'll be the episode for today. Alright, so it turns out for what I need, I'm just going to play into the whole field of this here. As you can see here, this is very slow. If I go and check, basically none, and it's just taking forever. So just to get them leveled up, I went and used just a regular farm like that, just for the now. The other one will kind of work in the background, getting me as much sugarcane as I need. And I've gotten the trades. So here you can see, for 1 emerald, I can get 4 glass. If I use the 23 emeralds I have. Alright, so that means I got 48, so 1 glass goes off there. Oh, you just reset, but I'll show you. I can then make how many? So I can make 2 stacks with 12 emeralds. And then with this guy, I'm going to put everything else away so I can get an even count. So if I go with this, so I made 11 emeralds back, and I still have 7 left over. So that doesn't seem the best. So that's just base rates. For this one, can't really get any better. But for this guy, 11. So I can knock that down. We're getting cool, a couple other ones. He's now a master. So what I'll do is I'm going to start using this. I'm going to grab these. I'm going to have to grab some blaze rods. And then I'm going to, let's see, one of these, and this. No, not that. This. So if I use fermented spider, I can make a weakness potion. I have a couple golden apples back in my main base. I'll infect this villager, heal him, and then I'll be able to get much better trades. So let's do that. Alright, here we go. So, this guy stole the job after he was cured, but now it only costs 5. So if I go back over here, let's see how many. So it was 12 last time. So let's see if that's still the max. Yeah, so I get 12 emeralds. 12 emeralds turns into... Okay, it gets 12 emeralds back, but I still have a stack and 4. So what I think might be a good idea is if I use this guy as well, I can get two of them trading, so then I can get a fully efficient. So let's try that. Alright, so since these are so cheap, I'm going to grab some of these. So I'm going to go for one Ocean Explorer, and then let's go for one of the Woodlands. The Trial Explorer, I don't know if it'll go to the closest one I'm at. I don't really need another village. Maybe when I need to find a savannah for some reason, that might be helpful, but let's just grab one of these. Alright, it looks like we also got the glass trade on this guy, and more maps, so I think I'm going to try and do this one as well. So what I want to do is I want to get both these, because this seems to be a price increase because I've been buying them so much, but if I cure both of them, then I won't have that problem. So I'm going to first remove this stuff here, because I want to be able to hit both of them with this weakness potion. I only have one golden apple, so I'm going to have to got more, and then gold. Is it like this? Yes. Alright. So I want to make sure I hit the right one is the problem. Because I've got this guy and this guy. I'm going to have to figure out a way to move this guy out of the way. Because they don't need to be in this kind of setup because I've already cured him. Alright, finally. So I've separated. So we got the newer guy in here. So we'll let him get changed. And up here I have saved my master cartographer. So I'll have to get him his own table, so maybe that's why he wasn't getting changed. Or he wasn't renewing his stuff because this guy took over his table, so I might have to just get a second table for him. But let's let these guys... I guess I can bring this guy back up. Alright, so we got our two here. One splash. And two up. There we go. Alright, so let's make some space to bring back my other guy so he can be down here as well. Alright, looks like both of them are turned back. This guy's back down to 1 emerald. And then this guy's to 5. I'll have to bring down my other guy that I've trapped up here. Oh, looks like another guy's gotten in. So I'll have to break that. And hope I can sneak this guy back down. Nope, stop running away. I guess this kind of works. He's down here now. Where are you running to? Stop running. I guess he got scared of the zombie, maybe. Alright, there we go. So we got him back. Hopefully I can fit through here. Yep, okay. Bring him back down. And I'll move him into one of these stalls here. Alright, but now we've got our kind of fully trading system. I get my emeralds from these guys. I also get a bit of XP, which I've used to kind of bring my shovel back. I kind of get close for some of these. But now I've got that, I can start getting more of these books, and I can start collecting more of these guys, as well as getting, like I mentioned earlier, the armorer, which was the kind of whole point of this whole thing. I was getting ready for to get better gear, because as you can see, my stuff's kind of failing on me. But I can slowly just pick away at this in the background, and then I'll show off anytime I get like some good enchant or something like that. So I think I'm going to start like theming these houses. Oh, I placed that back wrong. So let's just sneak out here real quick. So I think this is going to be the librarian's house. So I'll have all of them in the basement, obviously. So I'm going to have all the specific trades with the signs and everything that I need down here. I guess I don't need these anymore since they're locked in and I won't be... Well, I'm going to probably move them back so that they're similar to how I've got these guys inset to the wall. But it's just going to be, I'm going to have a bunch of villagers down here. I still have plenty of dirt to kind of clear out here, just to bring it all the way to the wall. So then I have this entire wall, got a couple slots over here, maybe one down here behind the stairs. And then I'll have a couple that are just kind of roaming, just so the village feels a little bit alive. But with that, we've kind of used a lot of time today. I got those 2 farms functional. I built a second house. There we go. I built the second house, got the 2 farms over there, lots more villagers, and I've started getting the trading down. So this is a very big step. I'll probably bring these guys out of here, and this will just be my kind of curing area. Maybe I'll just keep 1, so that I have a curing station that I can move them in. I'll probably set up some rails and such, because I don't really need to. If I go over to my villager breeder, I've probably got about a dozen baby villagers sat in here. Yep, okay. So that's quite a few. So I won't be running out of villagers anytime soon. These guys are getting lots of work done. So I've got to start building a lot more houses so that I can have somewhere work to keep all these guys. I mean, obviously a lot of them will be stored down in here, and I'll do the same for like my brewing stand ones and any other villagers that I need. Alright, I think that's it for today's episode. We got lots and lots done. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more videos coming soon. Until next time.